Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. How are you? I hope well. I'm back today. I was so excited and intending to share a very special exchange with my very own blood sister by the name of Asi Abdul Wajid. She's the yin to my yang, or the yang to my yin, whichever one you prefer. I mean, we talked about all of this as far as her background, and specifically reminiscing and recalling and reflecting on the Umrah trip that we took. Lo and behold, it was recorded, but the sound was not. That being said, that's in the works, but last time that was mentioned where you need to be careful who you tell your dreams because they can change them. And this is something that our teacher, Imam Bode, had shared, that, based on who you tell, they may interpret it a certain way. So just be careful, because that can actually change, for instance, the outcome of the dream, or because there are such things as true dreams, right? It's not just some story made up in the Quran about Sayyidina Yusuf, or the Bible, the Yahudis and Nasara, Christians and Jews who mention the story of Isa alayhi salam and his father Jacob saying, don't tell your dreams, but that this is actually reality that many actually experience. And the more truthful you are, the more true your dreams will be. And so one thing that is really comforting for those who have nightmares, for instance, say, well, you know what? That doesn't make me feel very great if, you're having terrible things happen in your dreams from night to night. Good news also. That can also be a good sign, because there is a story of one of the righteous who was going to visit his teacher. And if you know the name of this person, please let me. On his way to reaching his teacher, he fell asleep, and he was in the dream, he was robbed by highway robbers. And I believe he made it to his teacher after that, the next day, and he asked his teacher about the dream. And the teacher said that was what was going to happen to you, but by the mercy of Allah, you had it in the dream rather than in waking states. We're also taught that if we see the Prophet ﷺ in the dream, then it is truly the Prophet. God bless his soul and grant him peace. The shaitan, for instance, cannot appear in a dream as the Prophet ﷺ said. If we see him, it's really him. And ultimately, again, I just want to urge us to pay attention to our dreams. They can just imagine, if you have a true dreams, what benefit you could derive from that, the warnings, and also the patience that you can have with certain situations. Sometimes Allah will send us dreams and we'll be like, man, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? In order for us to have more patience. It's a cool breeze and mercy for us. And again, so many of the prophets, if not all of them, have had some form of true dreams or dreams that give them glad tidings and warnings. So may Allah give us wisdom and knowledge in our dreams and interpreting them. For more on this, I recommend Ibn Sirin's Dictionary of Dreams, and there you will find the basis of all interpretations of dreams from the Islamic tradition, prophetic tradition. And he also goes into more of how to interpret them in the beginning of the book. Allah has already written everything. The ink is dried, the pen has been lifted, our destinies are written. What is meant to be will be. However, what helps to think about life as a multiple choice test, like an infinitely multiple choice test. Yes, Allah already has the choices laid out, but there is a level of choice that we have in what happens and in which direction we go. And the general direction is there. Everything's already written. And for Allah, as himself, he knows exactly everything that will happen to us. We do not always know exactly what what is written for us, but we may be able in that way to have more choice in what happens. And this is why it is so important to pray istikhara, why it's so encouraged. And many will pray at the beginning of every day, not just for major decisions, but for everything. Again, the importance of dreams is very clear in this prayer, where we're told to pay attention to our dreams after istikhara for the answer to those prayers. Often it will come in the form of a warning dream or a good dream. And that's not the only way that we find out. Of course, we use our reason, we do our due diligence and research before even engaging in the prayer, let alone paying attention to the dreams. Our due diligence, our research, and we've tied our camel, then we can put our trust in Allah and look to things such as our sleep and even in waking states for signs from the divine as to our course of action in our lives.